We'll try this again. Good morning. Good morning. All right. How many people are awake? All right. How many people live in a different time zone than where we're at today? So I assume that means you traveled here. That's the feedback's to wake you up. So, well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us to start off our third DPDK Summit, first one in the South Bay, first two-day event in the U.S. How many people were at the first DPDK Summit in San Francisco 2 years ago? So a couple of folks. So you guys have to share your stories at lunchtime with the other folks who haven't been here. So a little of both. Andy's got some very good stories. He shares some Dublin stories. Those are some of the best ones, actually. So I'm Jim St. Ledger from Intel, and I just want to kick the day off. I've got a couple minutes of slides here, a little bit of logistics, a little bit of agenda, a little bit of everything else. So let's kind of jump into it. For me, this kind of event is a gathering of our community, the Data Plane Development Kit or DPDK community. It's all about people. So I want to thank you for being part of that. I want to thank you for showing up here today. I also am going to now ask you to do something. I want everybody to stand up, and I want you to introduce yourself to one person who's standing in your vicinity that you don't know, so we can start building this community. So take a minute, please introduce yourself to someone next to you. Not Jim St. Ledger. Good to meet you. HPE Aruba. Is this HP Enterprise plus? No.
Yes.
Yeah, plus Aruba.
Aruba, a bunch of Cisco guys, the group I used to work in,
Yep.
they established Aruba.
Okay.
So Murti
So now it's part of HP though? HP
Yes.
Enterprise?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
So we have this wired and wireless together as one piece.
Okay. All right. See how easy that was? All right, can we all take a seat now? All right, can everybody take their seats? All right. I can't whistle. I think my mic should be on. All right, am I on? I'm on. I think I'm on, right? What? No. It's not catching my voice? Hello? He'll dial me up. All right. All right, let's grab a seat. So hopefully everybody made a new friend there. So now you know at least one more person than you did when you came in the door. And I challenge everybody to continue that, build out your network, build out the people you know, build out your connections into the DPDK community throughout the day. You know at least one more person. When we have breaks, go meet a couple more people. This evening we have a networking reception, meet a whole bunch more people. So let's keep that going and build out this community. How many people are here from the Out-of-the-Box Network Developer Meetup or heard about this event from that group? Anybody? A couple of folks? Okay. Sujata, can you stand up for a second? So if you're local, Sujata runs this meetup here, typically in the South Bay, and they bring in speakers from, I don't know, you've had Google and I don't even know the other companies. Citrix, lots of different companies, just to give talks, you know, as a local meetup networking event. So if you're interested in more events like this on a local level, please go sign up for the Out-of-the-Box Network Developer Group. Talk to Sujata. If you have a topic you'd like to come in and explore with these guys, from user space stuff to containers to any aspect of networking, Sujata would love to sign you up as a speaker. So thank you for doing that, Sujata, and please feel free to jump in with her later. What we really want to accomplish today, like I mentioned, is building the community. We already did a little bit of exercise on meeting people, so thank you for that. as we go through the presentations today, first and foremost, I want you to listen, see what you can learn from these people, and engage in the conversation. This is absolutely not a you sit there, someone stands here, and you sit and listen and talk and check your email and update your Facebook account while you're at it. So this is interactive. If you have questions in the middle of a presentation, raise your hand. I'm a big fan of interactive discussions. You can even interrupt me now if you please. The only thing, of course, going on this one will be time perspective. So we do have a very tight schedule we'll get to in a minute here. But I do want to get conversations going. If a speaker really ignites a passion in you and you're working on the same kind of thing, chase them down after. If you can't find their name, I'll show you in a second how we're going to get there. The other thing is all of us are looking for suggestions amongst the community. What are we doing well? What are we doing different? There's conversations that are tactical about the community development, like how do I upstream my patches, to technical topics on things like user space stacks and containers and other things. So, and the last one is just let's continue to grow this group. On the logistical side, if you haven't seen it, if you hold up your badge, on the back side, you'll see the Wi-Fi network. I think it's Tech something? Tech Studio, thank you. And the password, I think, is Be Innovative, if I remember correctly. So that's how you get in the Wi-Fi. That's step one. Step two, so every year people are like, hey, why aren't the slides online? Well, the good news is the slides are online, but this is where you're going to get them. There's an app called Events XD. You can get it for your mobile devices, or you can go to their website and get it for your Windows-based machine. I do have bad news for you Linux Mac guys out there, which I assume there's probably a large contingent. To use it on a Mac or Linux box, you either need to run a Windows VM or go to the website and you can read the agenda there, but you can't see the slides there. So our apologies for that, but we've made great progress versus where we've been in years past. Sorry, Andy. Okay, and this is sort of what you'll see on the screen if you go there on your phone or devices. So it's pretty good. The whole schedule is there. If you go and look, the first thing you'll see if you go to dpdksummit.com versus here is the Events XD page is where the updated agenda is. Yes, Venki? You can see a bunch of PDFs on DPDK Summit itself. Okay. Are they the latest ones? They are, yes. Okay, so there are some PDFs on dpdksummit.com. So thank you, Tim. Tim O'Driscoll, can you stand up for a second, Tim? So this is the guy who made this happen, Tim O'Driscoll, leading the whole team. So I'd like to thank Tim for his work. There's a whole bunch of folks that make this happen across the community and different sites, but Tim sort of spearheaded this whole thing and made all of this work. So anyways, let me keep going here. We have probably our broadest list of speakers to date. I think this is everyone, but I apologize if you're speaking and I missed your company logo. Lots and lots of folks from across the community, and this is exactly what this community has been trying to do. Bring in people that, classic open source. On the daytime, we compete against each other, and online in a community, we collaborate with each other. That's what it's all about. And this community has grown tremendously, as evidenced by the size of the number of people in this room and how they've been over the years. So, the speakers in the room, if you're a speaker, stand up to be recognized. So quite a few folks. Now, while you're still standing, if you've turned in your slides, you can sit down. If you haven't sent your slides to Tim, we're going to call you out now. Okay. But they're the guys that help us make it possible to get slides posted online, because clearly, while we do some things in real time, like my slides, there's been some others that we waited for. But if you go on the app, you'll also see that the talks are grouped in what we call tracks, but it's a single track event. And it's really more like subject areas. Everything from DPDK roadmap discussions to storage-related things, open source community development, and we added lightning talks this year as well. Lightning talks are 15-minute talks. I'll show you an agenda in a second. We have a couple of them this afternoon. I think we have 4 of them tomorrow. So that's a new format that we'll be trying out this year and be looking for feedback from you guys later on as to how that works. I'm not going to read the whole agenda to you guys. I'm going to really highlight a couple things, which are the breaks. We have 1 morning break, 1 afternoon break. Coffee, snacks, etc. will be served over here during the break. If you need a bathroom, it's out these doors. Turn left, go down the hallway, it's on the left. Our lunch is served up on the roof. Now you have 2 options to get there. Option 1 is this little back door staircase here. It's up, I think it's 3 flights of stairs to the roof. If you go out this door and around the corner, you'll see a small elevator to the right. That also goes to the roof. So 2 options for you. The one logistical challenge we have about 350 people that registered for this event. As with all things free, some people will take it. Thank you for showing up. Other people will show up throughout the day. Other people will have a conflict. So I'd expect north of 200 and south of 300 for lunch. We don't have that much space upstairs, so you're welcome to come down here and eat. You're welcome to go across the street in the park. And if you haven't seen it, there's some musical swings that were just installed in the park, so feel free to go and try those out during the lunch hour. It should be interesting. And then this evening, we're going to have a networking reception that's 6 to 8 p.m. It's cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. It is not dinner, so if you're thinking dinner after, again, meet some interesting people around you and sign up yourself to join somebody new for dinner. It's a good opportunity for everybody. The museum itself is open throughout the day. If you are interested in wandering around, including during the reception, feel free. I think your badge, they'll let you go anywhere and come in and out as you see fit. Tomorrow's agenda has a big focus both on the community and a lot of talks on virtual switching. I know this is a subject that's near and dear to a lot of our hearts if we're working on cloud and SDN infrastructure and NFV infrastructure. So I'm looking forward to several talks that touch on that. I mentioned the lightning talks in the afternoon, and then the same story for lunch tomorrow. I'm sure once we go through lunch today, we'll have a better idea of how to work it for tomorrow. So rather than try to memorize this one, go see the app. I keep pushing the app mostly because it makes it easier for all of us. One other thing I wanted to point out, how many people are involved in virtual switching of some kind? Show of hands. Not as many as I would have expected. For anybody who pays attention to the Open vSwitch group, this news came out yesterday. That community, like our community, has grown significantly over the past couple of years. Intel's involved in it, as are many other companies. Cisco, I don't even know the whole list of folks, but if you go online, you can read about it. There is a component of Open vSwitch, of course, that's using DPDK to accelerate the switch itself, which gives us a connection into this community. And it's interesting for me to watch how this community has grown to the point at which they decided, hey, we need to put a different type of governance structure in place other than the original Nicira guys that then became part of VMware leading it. And this is a conversation the DPDK community has had. Last October at our DPDK user space event in Dublin, we talked about community governance, and I think it's a topic we need to tackle yet again. So if you're interested in trying to help build out our community governance and improve it a little bit, please let us know. We'd like to get that conversation started amongst folks here and continue it into the Dublin event as well. So beyond that, just a couple things, I mentioned a lot of this earlier. Be respectful of presenters, be engaged. Time will be the thing. Am I out of time already? Probably, right? 1 minute left, okay. So I have to listen to myself. And continue to get to meet people. With that, I think I'm done. So let's get started. I think Timo